Hello, what time is it? If you check your time, of course, you know it's already done. Where you come close to your TV set, not just an ordinary TV station, but your first agricultural television station where we dissect and analyze topical issues that has to do with agriculture, talking about the Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television. Today on the program, we'll be looking at the All Farmers Association of Nigeria Abuja Chapter Farmers Day celebration. The association, which is led by Honorable Perpetual Okafor, in an address was overjoyed as farmers in FCT celebrate their day. Okafor said the farmers in FCT are not portfolio farmers, but genuine farmers who have been dedicated to the production of food but have been adversely challenged by poor access to land, and they have not been given a place to seamlessly produce all kinds of needed farm produce in the FCT.
We, the members of Afan FCT chapter, are indeed happy and glad to come together to celebrate Farmers Day 2024 in preparation for the 2024 World Food Day program. This celebration is to usher in every agricultural stakeholders and other relevant agencies in this year's World Food Day celebration. We are FCT farmers, and we are the host of all farmers in Nigeria and different organizations and agencies working in agriculture and other relevant related sectors due to the fact that Afan National Headquarters is located here in FCT. On this premise, we believe it is wise we start to do things differently in a positive light. Brief of Afan. We know Afan, people will be hearing Afan. Afan is All Farmers Association of Nigeria. It is the umbrella body of farmers and farmers association in Nigeria. We have well-established and structured national leadership, ably led by architect Kabiru Ibrahim, with chapters in the 36 states of the Federation plus FCT. And I want to tell the audience that blessed is me among men. We have 37 chapters, 36 chairmen, and that is the 37th person. I am a chairman also. I am the only female among the 37 chairmen. In FCT chapter, we have branches in the area, 6 area council. The 6 area council that made up FCT, all the special guests and all our invitees can see that they are all represented. We have our branches in the 6 area council, and they have their coordinators. And those coordinators as well, the way it is done in the national. They have vice coordinator in charge of arable crop, vice coordinator in charge of tree crop, vice coordinator in charge of livestock. And we have all other executives. In area council, we have 11-man working committee. We are here to celebrate our togetherness as we join other farmers around the globe to celebrate World Food Day 2024. We affirm that this celebration will bring further linkages to farmers in FCT and provide partnership platform with MDAs, international agencies, and relevant stakeholders working in agriculture, environment, science and technology, trade and investment, education, and other essential collaborative spaces. We are appealing for support in order to enable us contribute our quota towards achieving nutrition and food security in Nigeria, which is the theme of today's event. We pledge our assurance that such support, both financially, materially, and otherwise, will reach the target audience in the FCT. Today, we look forward to sponsorship, partnership, and collaboration from corporate organizations present at this event, and hope to prove that such linkage are to promote farmers as the main ladder to achieving nutrition and food security in Nigeria. By your support towards our activities and programs, we can demonstrate that farmers are the custodian and the key to national growth and development in agriculture and food security. To ensure that farmers in FCT compete on international best practice with other world farmers, both at the women and youth levels. Indeed, we inspire to change the notion and narrative for the best. The areas of focus include, but not limited to, capacity building for farmers on best agricultural practice to enable us meet international standards, preparing the farmers for dry farming season and also next rainy season through sourcing and acquisition of some improved seed and seedlings and other farming inputs. Afan FCT chapter is also looking at establishing food and feed processing industry in Kuje Area Council if resources are available, which will not only reduce post-harvest losses but also increase value chain development of most perishable produce while converting agricultural waste to wealth and create job opportunities for women and youth in our society. We look forward to our able and capable Minister for Agriculture and Food Security and other relevant stakeholders and agencies to support us towards achieving these projects. We appeal to our FCT Minister, Ezowo Nyesom Wike CON, to adopt Afan FCT chapter proposed project as his pet project by allocating farmland to Afan FCT members in all the 6 area councils, where we hope to have cluster farming and cottage industries to encourage youth, women and people with disability to venture into farming as a means to achieving nutrition and food security in Nigeria, which we translate to the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President Bolo Ahmed Tinubu and his pragmatic and action team.
Meanwhile, farmers from the 6th Area Council of the FCT were present to display their farm livestock produce, and also other agro exhibitors were in attendance, along representatives from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Food and Agriculture Organization FAO, Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology OFAB in Africa, media and others.
After they finish.
This is from one. Tolo you are seeing the fish are from our farm, and see their bitter leaf to tell you that AMAC FCT farmers has everything. What do you want? Just tell us. We will make it available for you at your convenience area. No stress. Don't just stress yourself. Give us a hint. Fly them. Yes. Be rest assured. We are going to Gwagwalada the Gwas.
Put on the table.
This is Gwagwalada Area Council farmers. This fish you are seeing is from Madam Joy farm. We didn't buy. There is nothing you are seeing here today that was bought from the market. No. It's from the farmer's farm. What we are sharing here today is kunu. Kunu was produced by Buhari. Cooked granite from Gwagwalada. Kuje brought zobo. We don't have moths. We don't have mineral. We brought what we have. And that is what we will serve our guests with.
That is it.
Yes.
That is the main thing.
There is only flesh potato. And eat what we know. Yes. You eat. Yes. She didn't buy it from anywhere. She brought it from her poultry farm. Tested and trusted. Organic farm. If you want to see, she will take you to the farm. Dealing with fake farmers. If you want to eat, I can be in my house. Go and verify. That is why we say this year, we must tell the world that there is farming in FCT. FCT is not only Asokoro, Metama, and Wuse. There are villages where my people are, their main source of livelihood is farming. They should remember us. And I know, Prof, you promised me and the country rep promised that from now there will be projects for FCT farmers. I know you have started it and I know you will not fail us. Don't be shocked with the package. It's not from ShopRite. It's from our farm.
It's from Farm Right.
It's from Farm Right.
Yes.
Be so. We didn't hang it up there. We brought it home, and every farmer is involved. You have your PhD, you have everything, you put them behind when we dey talk about farming. Because farming is real. And we are talking about food emergency. I'm assuring you that FCT farmers will contribute to the achievement of food security. But we need support to do that.
In a goodwill message, the Vice National President of All Farmers Association of Nigeria and the National President of Potato Farmers Association of Nigeria, POFAM, Chief Daniel Akafo, expressed optimism that the maiden Agric Show in the FCT will bring a new dawn to all farmers in this country.
I believe by this year, the first edition of this Agric Show, we are moving forward. First and foremost, I will also thank everybody here for making it possible to be here. I thank all of you that makes this program to be a success. And I will thank all the partners that is here to witness the first edition of Afan FCT Food Day. This celebration is very thing that everybody here must thank God, because I know by next year the program will change its thing. So I will now say I thank the FAO, I thank the OFAP, I thank the NAIC, I thank the Federal Ministry of Agriculture that is here. I thank the FCT Agri Department. And I will just use the opportunity to thank even the people that come from far and near. The supporters of this program, I thank everybody. And I wish with this, by next year, we have to have many, many farmers that will participate. And again, many partners that will assist in making this thing to move ahead.
Meanwhile, the Director, Agricultural Biotech Department, National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency, and the Country Coordinator Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology OFAB in Africa, Dr. Ross Gidado, in a presentation titled Biotechnology Seed, a Gateway to Achieving Nutrition and Food Security, expressed confidence in what FCT AFAM is doing to boost food production.
All Farmers Association of Nigeria, FCT chapter, on this momentous occasion of the Farmers' Day. Today we celebrate your unwavering dedication to feeding the nation and then driving economic growth. At the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency, they are with renewed hope initiatives of Mr. President, which targets on agriculture and food security, as drawn from the MDGs, SDGs Agenda 2063 and CADI. So we recognize the pivotal role farmers play in ensuring food security and sustainable development. Our agency is actually committed to supporting access to innovative technologies, improving crop yields and enhancing food security and sustainable agricultural productivity. We acknowledge the progress made in agricultural biotech adoption in Nigeria, and I'm sure Afan really stood behind us solely to achieve what we have achieved today in this area, particularly the commercialization of 3 crops that we have in Nigeria. We have the BTE cotton, we have the pod borer resistant cowpea. Cowpea is beans that was developed for resistance against Maruca, Vistrata, leather. And then today we have the tailor maize, which was recently launched. So these innovations hold immense potential for improving farmers' livelihoods and Nigeria's food security. So as we celebrate this Farmers' Day today, we reaffirm our commitment to supporting farmers' access to technology, enhancing your access to innovative agricultural technologies, improving crop yields, and then promoting research and development to increase productivity, enhancing agricultural productivity, supporting policies and initiatives that boost agricultural development and growth. So we congratulate Afan FCT on this milestone event and express our appreciation for the opportunity to partner with you more and more. Together we can transform Nigeria's agricultural landscape, improve farmers' livelihoods, and then ensure food security for generations to come, where no child goes to bed hungry.
An analysis of data that produces the figures of food insecurity in the country, which is done twice in a year. However, it is worthy to note that as it is now, the cadre harmonisé covers only 26 states and FCT. The remaining 10 states are yet to be on board, but according to that, during the March 2024 analysis of the CH, it is revealed that about 31.8 million people are acutely food insecure. And the major triggers to this food insecurity include climate shocks, macroeconomic instability, and also the insecurity that we are facing. So many people have been displaced from their farms. They cannot access their farms. As a result, they are now languishing somewhere in IDP camps, especially in states where there are crises. And also the macroeconomic instability is also another one that is taking toll on the food insecurity. Our farmers are here, they can attest to it. The price of fertilizers have really gone to the roof, and also the prices of improved seeds are also untouchable, especially by the vulnerable farmers. And in that regard, it is actually bringing down the capability of these farmers to produce enough for the country to live in food secure situation. So FAO is collaborating with the government to bring succor to really see how these problems can be mitigated so that food security can be enshrined. Some of the activities that FAO is doing with the government include resilience building and disaster risk reduction. We all know that the floods that we are having very, very much frequently now as a result of the impact of the climate change is becoming a nightmare now for the farmers, especially because it will now take over the whole farm, including the installations and also the inputs that you already have invested in them. So we are not even talking about the produce that you are aspiring to get, but also even the installations, maybe irrigation installations and some of the farm structures that have been put in place, they are being taken away by the flood water, which is now making the farmers more vulnerable. So FAO is doing that to scale up anticipatory action, a situation whereby you can anticipate this kind of disasters even before they happen. Sometimes you are very much disposed with responses rather than maybe prevention, this thing. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. Rather than to wait for the disaster to happen, for us now to come and respond, it is better now to really see how we can mitigate the disaster.
Correct.
So this can be done through sensitizing the farmers, trying to really discourage them from farming in places where there are areas with potential flooding. And I think we are doing this in collaboration with the NIMET. NIMET is the agency that is saddled with the responsibility of monitoring these climate elements. And therefore, we are now extending it to the farmers because many a times, the products from NIMET usually come maybe in languages that probably some of the farmers in the hinterland cannot understand. Or sometimes the information may not be timely, whereby the information only comes when the disaster has already happened. So FAO now is trying to see how this information can be taken to the farmers in the grassroots so that they can now take preventive measures even before the disaster happens. And when it happens, that is not what we really want. FAO also go into response into seeing how these livelihoods can be restored. For example, now that we are in the rainy season, people have been affected by floods. They have been deprived of the produce that they are aspiring to get at the end of the harvest. FAO is trying to see how it can now support them to produce food during the dry season. Sometimes you can, overturn the misfortunes into fortunes. A situation whereby you can now harvest this last water for use during the dry season to do irrigation farming. That way you can be able to supplement some of the things that you have lost during the floods. And also technology and innovation through digital agriculture. The world is actually evolving, whereby we can no longer rely on the traditional methods of production. We have to also transform into the digital agriculture. And probably the reason why youths are not uptaking agriculture as an occupation, as a business, is probably maybe because of its nature. It looks like it's something that is being done by people who are elderly. Yeah, but the youth are technology savvy, they are IT savvy. By the time now these things are being formed in such a way that it conforms with their psyche, tendencies are they are going to uptake it. They are the people who have the energy. They are the people who have the brain. They are, it is upcoming now that they can now think beyond what maybe the elderly ones can think, and therefore they are trying to see how it is going to digitalize agriculture, whereby from the comfort of your farm or your house, you can access input markets, you can access produce market, you can access farm advisory services through that one. That way, they say now the world is a global village. That way now you can now learn how it is done in Brazil and in other places where we are having similar contexts that you can now replicate here in Nigeria. We're also strengthening livelihoods and value chain development. Value chain development is very, very essential, because we cannot continue to be just producers of primary products. We have to put some value. We will have to make them usable rather than just maybe producing primary products to be exported. By the time you do the analysis, you find out that the person that is at the production node is the one that is least remunerated. So we have to find how we can add value to our produce so that we can have the benefits of our own sweat. Yeah. So through that, we are going to, FAO is collaborating with the government to upscale to see how farm value chains are actually strengthened. And also, it is also important to really have some kind of coordination, especially through generation of data and information. Lack of data is one key area that is retarding our development in terms of agriculture. When you do not have the requisite data, tendencies are that you cannot plan better. Planning is usually done with data. So FAO is supporting that one through the food security and nutrition analysis that I mentioned earlier, the cadre harmonisé, to really find out what is the food security situation, what areas and what LGS are actually facing this problem, so that by the time you are trying to respond, you can now respond on target. You can now deliberately know this is the area I'm going and this is the number of persons that are needing the support. So FAO is doing that in terms of this cadre harmonisé, and it is also doing what it calls humanitarian situation monitoring, especially in areas that are with crisis, because areas with crisis, they are fast evolving. At a point, they may be stable, but at another point, something will just abruptly happen and people will just have to be displaced. So unless you now monitor that one periodically, you cannot really know what is the exact situation of the people in there. So FAO is also doing that.
On that note, we come to the end of this episode of the program Back to Farm, where we'll look at the All Farmers Association of Nigeria FCT chapter Farmers Day celebration. On behalf of the crew members who made it possible, my name is Joshua Ishaya. Thanking you for being a part of it. Bye for now. So the second one now, Buba. So I'm taking the second one now. You can stop this one to start.
Who is there?